He raised his wine glass, the stem, catching the chandelier's light like a blade, and delivered the line as if it were a harmless toast. Shame he's not quite as talented in bed as you led me to expect. Laughter exploded around the table. Forks froze mid-air. Every head swiveled toward me with that special pity reserved for the evening's punchline. My wife buried her face in her hands, shoulders trembling, whether from laughter or panic, I no longer cared. Her boss, Grayson, leaned back in his chair, smug, certain no one would dare contradict him. I studied that smile. Too wide. Too relaxed. Not a gamble, an absolute. How would you know? I asked, voice level, almost curious. She lifted her head, cheeks flushed from the wine, lips curled in something between amusement and contempt. Please, she sighed, as if I were the slowest child in class. I tell him everything. Everything. I folded my napkin, set it beside my plate, and stood. No scene. No raised voice. I simply walked out. While the maitre d' called after me, I slipped my phone from my jacket and dialed one number. One call. By the time they reached dessert, neither my wife nor her boss would have anything left to laugh about. People think betrayal is a knife in the ribs. It isn't. It's a hollowing. You keep walking, talking, breathing, but every step echoes in the cavity where trust used to be. I met her 6 years ago at a conference in Chicago. She slid her notes into my hand because I'd missed a session. I thanked her. She waved it off. That night we sat at the hotel bar, sharing cheap whiskey and small, careful secrets. She said she was tired of men who never listened. I said I was tired of women who lied. We both pretended fate had paired us to heal those wounds. 2 years later we married. Quiet ceremony. No spectacle. Just vows whispered like promises. We actually meant. She cried when she said, I do. I mistook tears for truth. Lesson learned. She rose fast at the company, marketing lead. Project strategist, indispensable. Grayson's name always left her mouth wrapped in admiration. He sees my potential. He pushes me. He gets me. I thought it was mentorship. I encouraged it. Naivete, sharpened to a point. Suspicion didn't arrive first. Exhaustion did. Late nights. Sudden trips. The phone she guarded. Like a state secret. Reach for it and she flinched. As if I'd pulled a gun. Betrayal doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It seeps in through patterns. She'd come home, drop her bag, open her laptop. And I ceased to exist. The smile that once belonged to me now lived somewhere else. I'd ask, how was the presentation? And get a glazed, 2-word answer meant to end the conversation. The first real slip came on a Tuesday. I heard her laugh in the hallway, that soft, private laugh I used to earn. I walked in, she was on earbuds. The second she saw me, she muted the call. Work, she said. Late brainstorm. Like I was a piece of furniture that had wandered into the room. That night, while she showered, I opened her phone. No hacking required, her birthday, not mine, still unlocked it. A screen tells you who someone is faster than their heart ever will. One thread pinned at the top. Grayson. Not flirtation. Not banter. A complete autopsy of our marriage. My flaws catalogued, mocked, compared. Voice notes of her moaning his name. Photos that turned my stomach inside out. The body can scream without sound. Mine did. I didn't confront her. Didn't smash anything. Rage is loud and brief. Patience, honed correctly, is surgical and permanent. I started collecting. Copied messages. Synced them to a hidden drive. Recorded calls. Gathered receipts, hotel logs, metadata. I hired a private investigator, ex-cybercrimes, discreet, lethal. He built a dossier that could end 2 careers. Without me ever raising my voice. Every night I came home and pretended. Pretended I was tired. Pretended I hadn't seen. Pretended I still loved her. I even smiled more. She thought it was surrender. It was rehearsal. Then came the dinner invitation, her idea. Grayson wanted to meet me properly. A dominance play dressed as courtesy. I accepted. The restaurant screamed money and insecurity. Crystal, linen, tables long enough to keep enemies within stabbing distance. She wore the dress he'd told her to buy, the one he bragged would destroy any man's composure. It worked. He toasted her brilliance, her future, her sacrifices. Then slid the knife in with a grin. That one joke. The table detonated. Perfect. Public confirmation on record. I made the call to a certain executive board member who despised Grayson and had been waiting years for a clean kill. I fed her everything. 30 minutes later, while my wife debated between creme brulee and chocolate tart, Grayson's phone began to vibrate. Once. 10 times. 20. Color drained from his face. She reached for his arm. He jerked away like she'd burned him. He bolted. She scrambled after him, heels clacking. Panic finally louder than pride. They didn't even wait for the check. Next morning, HR marched them both out. He lost his title. She lost her career. The scandal spread internally, then bled into the press. I filed for divorce that afternoon. Her lawyer tried to negotiate. I slid a flash drive across the table. He shut up. She called once, voice shaking. Why? Why did you do this? Because, I said, you share everything with him. Silence. The kind that follows an explosion. When the dust finally settles. People love to preach forgiveness like it's noble. Sometimes forgiveness is just giving the same knife a second chance to find your ribs. I don't regret a thing. I don't miss who she pretended to be. I only regret ever believing her laughter was meant for me. That night I walked out a husband. By the time dessert was served, I had become their reckoning.